Yes, you can permanently and legally remove your collections. And you came to the right place, because tonight we're going over the collection tactics cheat sheet, and you can use the link in the description to get access to it right now. Well, at the end of this video. So this is going to cover third-party collections like medical, the gym, utility bills, all of that, and a bag of chips, as well as debt buyer collections like you didn't pay your credit card and it got sold to Portfolio Recovery or Midland or Calvary, any of those folks. If it's a collection, you don't know what to do, or you don't know how to dispute it, or you disputed it, came back as verified, or they're just not investigating anymore, not a problem. Let's get right to it. Now, obviously, we're not going to go over this entire thing because, hey, you know what? It's a product I created and you can access it down in the description. But we're going to go over parts of this. Look, we have a checklist, collector violations, 2 different parts, the entire validation of debt series. Now, you're only using this on third-party collections. Don't use this on debt buyer collections. I don't want anybody to get sued, okay? You are the one that has the power to do the suit here, all right? What is valid validation? What do the dispute letters look like? Not only do you have the dispute letters here, all of them, and this is quite a few of them, but you also have an entire breakdown on why this works and what you were doing and with whom you're disputing and all that. And you know what? Can a collection even be deleted? Well, hey, yes. While a collection might tell the consumer otherwise, the short answer to the question of whether a collection can legally be deleted from consumer credit report is yes. A bill collector might say otherwise, though. Some will even claim it's illegal. Well, you see, according to the FCRA, information can be deleted if it's found to be inaccurate or incomplete or cannot be verified. And, you know, you can see more on this in the FCRA. And the FCRA says it's perfectly legal to delete an unverifiable, incomplete, or inaccurate account collection, okay? Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And, of course, with the bureaus via the Metro 2 documentation, they do their best to ensure that nothing ever gets deleted. We've been talking about that a lot lately, right? Because remember, they get paid to report this stuff. So for example, the statement "do not delete paid in full collection accounts" appears right before a few acceptable reasons for deletion, right? What if the paid in full collection account is inaccurate, incomplete, or unverifiable? Then what? Well, the bureau documentation doesn't say much about that, and neither will a bill collector. In the case of negotiating with a collector and attempting to get a deletion, there is a code that they can choose, which should be in their software, that correlates to something like delete account for reasons other than fraud. There is no reason why a collection agency can't legally and ethically use that option in a variety of situations. Nothing in the law prevents them from doing it. The Metro 2 docs do support the deletion of accounts that have been returned to the creditor and or sold to another collector. And of course, this is amidst other truth-bending references, which say things like, it's imperative that only inaccurate accounts be deleted. Hey, guess what? That's factual disputing for you, okay? Again, what about unverifiable, incomplete? The bureaus don't want them to be deleted. So regardless of what the bureaus and collection agencies would like you to believe, it is legal to delete collection accounts from a consumer's credit report if they are inaccurate, incomplete, or cannot be verified, okay? Always demand the highest standard of data integrity, higher than the bureaus, and always go for deletion if the collector cannot meet that standard, all right? So let's keep it moving. There are so many things in here, and I literally gave you everything that I have on collections, right? So not only that, but if you go back to 2 days ago, I also gave you the go-to credit sweep cheat sheet where it literally goes over creating your dispute letters, your dispute reasons, specific account types like disputing debt buyer collections and third-party collections, and removing late payments and removing charge-offs, and everything, the dispute letter checklist and mixed files and violations and all of that. So I'm going to also post that with this video, okay? We also go over the most effective disputes for collections, disputing on the dispute outline, dispute tactics, the KO method for collections, and it's something I actually went over today when I went live this morning, the proof of contract method, and the KO method I use all the time, but here's one on the dispute the actual dispute process, disputing under the FDCPA, small claims actions, and different lawsuits that you may want to check out. Again, what's valid validation? A lot of people have been asking you about that, but let's go and look at our collector violations part A. So this is the part that we will go over together, but if you want to access this entire thing, again, the link is down in the description, okay? falsely representing the character, amount, or legal status of the debt, transferring or selling an account to another debt collector without reporting the transfer and or a zero balance to the credit bureaus, reporting a new account after receiving notice of dispute on the old account, misrepresenting the data status or last activity to re-age the account for any reason, such as attempting to modify the credit bureau statute of limitations on reporting, attempting to modify your state's statute of limitations for a lawsuit, attempting to increase score damage and coerce payment by making the debt appear newer in age, failing to report a disputed account as disputed to the credit bureaus, failing to validate the debt in question while continuing further collection activity, including credit bureau reporting. Boom. Okay, there you go. Merry Christmas. Verifying an account with the credit bureaus before your request for validation has been completed, falsely representing or implying that the debt collector is vouched for, bonded by, or affiliated with the United States, or any state for that matter. The false representation that the communication is from an attorney, using symbols, logos, or language on the outside of an envelope that indicates an attempt to collect a debt. That is totally illegal. Failure to honor a cease and desist notice by continuing further communications requested to cease by the consumer. Let's go check out B. All right. Calling before 8 a.m. or after 9 p.m., failing to disclose the caller's identity, the use of violence or threat of violence, or any other criminal means to harm a person, their reputation, or property. I see that one all the time. Calling third parties. Communicating with the consumer when the debt collector knows the consumer is being represented by an attorney. Calling your employer if the debt collector knows that the calls are unwelcome or prohibited by your employer. Using abusive language. See that one all the time. Failure of the debt collector to identify him or herself by name. Make false or abusive claims such as your credit will be ruined forever or we will have you fired from your job. Making claims to garnish your wages or seize your property without intent to do so or without legal authority. Threatening to take any action that cannot be legally taken or that is not intended to be taken. Suing you in a county where you didn't live at the time of the contract or a location where you didn't live at the time of the lawsuit, reporting a late payment when collection accounts are closed-ended and cannot be late. This is a violation. You hear me tell you all the time. How do you remove debt by your collections? Well, look for those late payments or the late payment status. That is a violation under the FCRA. Boom, you're welcome. Yes, I am your best friend. Yes, this is going to change everything for you. You got collections, use the link, go get this right now and remove those collections from your credit report. Again, we have the debt collector violations checklist. We have validation, the entire validation of debt method and how it works. Where to get your credit report, the links, part 1, part 2, part 3, valid validation. The VOD dispute letters, all of them. And all you do is wherever there's a highlight, such as right here, part 1, letter 1, you are going to fill in your information. Everything else can stay the same. All right. These are going over to the debt collector. So don't worry about sending in templates. We're not disputing with the bureaus with these letters. Okay. And then again, how small claims works. Can it be deleted or not? We went over that. Disputing. Right. So this is a bunch of information on the actual dispute process. And again, the dispute outline, collection disputes, and I'm giving it all to you. If you want to access this collection taxes cheat sheet, use that link in the description and you're welcome. Now, if this is something you don't want to do yourself, because yes, there's a lot to it. And yes, this can be very, very frustrating. Use the link at the top of the screen or down in the description. Schedule a call with me and I will see if I can help. But that's it. Have a nice one. And go also check out your go-to credit sweep cheat sheet that I literally break down everything. Tell you what to dispute, how to dispute it, when to dispute it, with whom to dispute it, and all of that. These are literally the only 2 things that you could possibly even need when it comes to removing negative items from your credit report. All right. And this one even goes over the common violations at FCRA. I will post both of them down in the description. And that is it. Have a great one. See you later.